Hello guys, Tom Yone here from Coding for Youth. Just want to do a quick video on a somehow um, issue, or I call it a little take home. If you are a uh, web server manager, or you run a reseller web hosting, or even if you're using a shared host. Maybe probably there's a need for you to migrate your website from one server or one host to another. If you use web host manager, SWHM, or maybe there's a particular reason, maybe the current server where you are, you're not getting a very nice, smooth uptime, or maybe the server is slow and you decided to move to another server. You sometimes may encounter this issue of migrating your websites, your assets, and you want to use FTP, you want to download the files to your computer, or you want to do, if depending on the package you're using to manage your website. If it is a content management system like WordPress, maybe is you're using normal, CGN, or maybe you're using a normal, let's say you're just, for instance, if you're using something like OJS, uh, you want to move your website from one cPanel to the other. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can migrate all your assets. That is, move the whole of your cPanel that is on the other one server to the cPanel on another server. Okay, so we're going to be doing this using a remote FTP. You don't need to download any file. It's going to be very fast, irrespective of the size of the file of the cPanel you want to move. If the size is large, of course it will take a little bit of time, but everything is going to be below let's say 1 hour. Okay, so let's hop into this. So I'm going to be logging into my cPanel. This is the server I want to migrate. I want to migrate the website to. This is going to be the destination server. So let me just log in. You just need to know a few things before you can. Okay, so let me just. Okay. All right. So okay, that's actually the host server. So this is going to be the destination server where I want to move uh, the website to. So the first thing I want to do here, first thing first, is let me just show you what I want to migrate. So let me go to now to the current server where the current host where I have the assets. So this is the this is WHM, and you can see all these assets. I want to migrate all these assets. So but I want to move this particular one, this premier class hosting. So I'll click on the C. I'll go to the cPanel, and then it is from the cPanel I'll be able to migrate what I want to migrate. So I'm right now at the cPanel. So the name of the asset I want to migrate is called Premier Class Hosting. So let me go to my destination server. First thing, I want to go to my file manager, and then you can see I have moved virtually all the websites that are on the other server down back to this server now. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I'm going to create a directory. So I'll just create a new folder, and I'll call it Premier Class Hosting. and that's going to be a .com. So just create it in the top directory in the home directory. So I have, this is it. If I open it, you can see that the folder is empty. It's actually empty. So let me go back here. So this is the server where I'm moving, the destination server where I'm moving the asset to. So the next thing I'm going to do is to know the FTP credentials of this destination server. So if I go to FTP, check the FTP accounts. I'm going to be using the root FTP accounts, the administrator's FTP account, which I can find here. So if you click on this configure, you see the details. So this is going to be the username, the server, and the port. Then of course the password. So you take note of these four credentials. Okay, so of course the password, you can generate a new password in case you've forgotten the password. So we can replace this FTP server with this same server name, server address. So now let me go back to the host. So what you will need here now is to locate the backup wizard, and the backup wizard here now you can decide to do a full backup or a partial backup. So I'll click on backup. So if you want to do a partial backup, you can actually backup or migrate just the home directory. But in this case now, what we want to migrate is the whole cPanel. So if you have more than one website, if it is a shared host cPanel where you have multiple websites in it, that when you do full backup, you migrate everything. Okay, so we can actually migrate to the home directory, the databases, and then also the email. So click on full backup, and then clicking on full backup, you come here. You say we want to use the backup destination is going to be a remote FTP server, and then if you want to receive an email when the migration is complete, you enter your email address there. Then the server address, of course, the destination server address is this, which is what we have here, Premier. So you enter that. We can equally use the FTP server here, address here. You still have the same results. And then the user, of course, you enter the user, then your password. You enter the password that you created, or that your password, and then the port is going to be 21. Now the directory is going to be the directory I just created, which is Premier class hosting.com. So that's going to be the directory. And if you go back to, you can see Premier class hosting.com. So you see that the destination is actually empty, and that's it. Now everything, you click on create backup, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to download it manually. When you see this full backup in progress, it means that your credential, the credential you enter, they are all correct. Okay, so you just don't do anything at this time on this server while the migration is being carried on. Don't do anything. Don't do another migration. If you have more cPanels to migrate or to transfer, do not do anything. Just wait for, depending on the size of the cPanel, if it is below 1 gig, it should take between 15 to 20 minutes. If it is above 1 gig, we look at 25 minutes to 35 minutes. Okay, so just wait a little. But what I will do now, I will just go check my inbox, my email address, and when the migration is complete, I will receive a mail notification that the migration is complete. Okay, so I'll just log into my email account. Okay, so in a very short while, in fact, if you go back here and then you try to reload, reload the directory. Is when it start coming, you see that it started coming in. So just give it a little bit time. Okay. All right. Um, it shouldn't take much time. It shouldn't take much time. It also depends on the size. I believe that cPanel is very large, so probably going to be looking at uh, some minutes before it will be ready. So let's look at 30 minutes. So probably I'm going to pause this video um, and come back in a later time. Okay guys, we are back and you can see we have fully migrated the cPanel to the new host from the old host to the new one. It is in form of a backup zip file. You can see the size here, 1.5 gig, almost 1.9, 1.6 gig. That's why it took approximately 25 minutes uh, for this transfer. So the next thing we're going to do, which basically is setting up this website now on this new server. So first thing first, you go back to your add-on domain to add to configure the new domain. At this point, you might have almost have changed your name server to the current host's name server. So you change your name server, and then after changing your name server, you can decide to make sure you point your name server DNS to the current host where you migrated your this into your new website to the new host you migrated your website to. So you come here, you create a new domain, and then you add the domain. In this case, it's premium class hosting.com. Okay, and we don't want it to share the same root location with the primary domain, so we want it to be on its own. Of course, you can see that we already have this directory there. So what you could do is you could just go here now, go back to your file manager, and then what I normally do is just to change. You can actually leave it like this. It will not. You just change it to .od, so that when you add, so it's going to be .od. So uh, when you add your domain here now to that folder, that particular folder will be created. So you go ahead and click on submit. If you have changed the name server, it will be added, and then if you go back here, you will see the new folder created. Um, the new folder will be created. Okay, so after that, you come back inside your inside there, inside where the backup is located, and then you unzip or extract. Click on extract, and we want to extract it back into this same location. So you click on extract, and then you wait for the extraction to be completed. Remember that now that your migration will actually affect your database configuration. So we'll be since this particular website is actually WordPress, so we'll see how we can change uh, the the database credentials using the WP config file on the config file of our WordPress website. So it's as simple as that. So after extracting this backup, so we have extracted the backup. So I'll just click on close. Wait for it to. So you go to this folder. Now, what's causing this hanging now? This is my network. So we're actually done with this. So we have migrated the website, and at this point, we no longer need that. So I think I can shut down this browser. See. For whatsoever reason, my browser is hanging. Probably the network, probably my memory. So when you open this extracted backup folder, you will see home directory. Click on home directory. You will see the public underscore HTML, and then move all the files that are there in that uh, particular directory to the new the directory for the website that we added, that was created when we added to our website. Okay, so you move everything there, and then the next thing you will see your MySQL full directory. You locate your database that ends with .sql, and then you download that to your system. Basically, it's depending on the size of the website. It will not be the database will not be too large, maybe 20 megabyte, 30 megabyte, or even 40, sometimes 80 to 100 megabyte. So you download that to your website. So downloading that to your website, you will now use the same backup on this your new server now to restore the database from where you kept it, where you downloaded it into your local on your computer, restore it, and after the restoration, you add a user. I don't know why my browser is not responding, but let me just summarize. Okay, so you add a user, and after adding the user, of course, you create a new user, add it to the database, get the database address, which will be created based on your directory username, and then you go to your WP config if it's a WordPress website, and then change those settings, and that's it. So with that, your website will be up and running. I mean, what I'm explaining is this. So you come here, you come to this home directory. This is the home directory now. If you open it, you will see the public. This one now, there's a public underscore HTML. So what you do, you select all here and move this definitely to the new folder that was created when your website was created, which will be .com/. So you move it there in the new folder. Everything here will be moved down to that side. Since I did not add the web address, I'm not going to move it. So the next thing you're going to check immediately after, when you check your, when you enter into this extract, this backup folder, you look for your PSQL, MySQL rather, and then you download it. Like this particular website has two databases, so you download the two database. This one is 43 megabytes, while this one is 56 megabytes. So you download them to your system, and after you're done, after you've downloaded to your system, you come back here, come back to your cPanel, and then use the same backup. You use the backup to restore. So use backup rather, use this backup, and then you restore the the database. The databases, you can see all these ones now, the ones I've restored. So that it restored the databases, and after restoring the database, it will be added here. Then you go back to your MySQL database and create a new user. Come to your MySQL database, which is here, and then create a new user. Of course, create a new user. This is database. You come down here, you create a new user, and then get the password using maybe password generator, and then add the user to the database that you restored. Give it all the privilege that it requires, then copy all that and come back here, and then you will now locate. And when you're back here, if you go to your WP config, this is my public. You now locate your WP config, edit it, and put all the details, and that's it. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your comment at the comment section. Also like the video. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you.